Wild Rift just announced a selective beta. Hello, I'm Leroy, and today I'm going to cover some of the interesting news that came out for today. So Wild Rift's official social media just updated us with some minor details, including the Play Store bug, and they're bumping up the minimum specs required to run Wild Rift. So it's 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, Qualcomm Snapdragon 410, Adreno 306 GPU, and at launch they're going to support 32-bit Android processors. As for iOS, they are aiming to achieve a Wild Rift to run on iPhone 6 and above. So one more thing that they said in the post is that they're going to run limited alpha tests for Brazil and Philippines for the next month. So in the previous video, I guessed correctly that they're gonna run limited alphas in June and subsequent beta stages in July or August. Yeah, this is coming to fruition. I'm very excited for this. However, I'm not lucky enough to be in Philippines or Brazil to test. So next we're gonna go through the Navalha Freestyle Gaming's video that he premiered just now. So this will be your starting screen, a very minimal design. So in the collection tabs, which contains champions, can be viewed in an incredible 3D way. So we can get a 360 view of the champion like how you can do it in Mobile Legends. So he also confirmed that there are 41 champions for the beta release or the alpha test. When you click the play button, it includes casual, ranked, tutorials, and practice tool. The queue time position and confirm screen is the same as League PC. You have the options to do blind pick, draft mode, ranked duo, and flex. So what this means is that you have blind pick at the early stages of your rank, and when you go to a higher tier, you have draft mode. I'm really happy to see that there is draft mode in the game. This allows us to strategically plan, play, compete competitively as well in rank. So you have the options to do ranked solo, duo, or flex. Flex is like a 5-man team or a 3-man team. Queue time positions and accuracy are significantly upgraded. The time to queue would be reduced. Obviously, it would be faster to get in a match. So let's say if you're a support main, they wouldn't match you with 4 other support mains as well. So this ensures that the team will be so much more balanced. I don't know what they mean about accuracy, but I hope that this is something that is related to your rank difference when you're queuing for an opponent. I think they're trying to improve the matchmaking by matching you with a similar elo player. So when you get into a match, every champion has a brand new 2D animated style for splash art when it's picked. As you can see, there's a minimap at the bottom left corner. I think this indicates that you want to play for that position, for example Baron laner, Dragon laner, mid. This is extremely useful to help organize your team, players on the left and your skills on the right. I don't know if this is true for ranked or draft. I think this is only for blind pick. Bottom left you can see that there is speech to text, your chat, and we have voice comms as well. So this is extremely important for communicating in game. So the bottom right hand corner is where you select your runes and your summoner spell. So for the runes, I've covered this before. There are 29 runes where you can mix and match for each tier, and there are some runes that doesn't exist in League PC. Summoner spells also, there are 8. So this is very interesting. Teleportation is no longer a summoner spell. It is one of the activatable items. Later during the video I'll explain more. So during the loading screen you can get to see your mastery points, your name, summoner spells, and runes, etc. just like PC. So during the game, minimap is located at the top left, recommended items under it, with your KDA and pings located at the top right. So when you start the game, there is a barrier that blocks you from moving from the base, and now it only lasts 3 seconds. Shopping is a lot easier also. You have the same quick buy options just like Mobile Legends, AOV, and other games. Some general info here. Your ultimate ability unlocks at level 5 and can be upgraded at level 9 and level 13. The max level in the game is 15. So every champion has 4 active skill slot and 1 passive. Just like PC, passive automatically gets upgraded based on champion level. This includes every champion has new 3D and 2D animations. New 2D animation applied for these champions. Skill animations are a lot better, smoother, and get visual upgrades and reworks. Fog of War and warding system. Yes, I covered this in the previous video as well. I'm really happy that they implement the proper Fog of War, and warding system basically allows you to have some extra vision. So the map now looks more colorful and reworked. So Smite now has 2 summoner skills, but you choose only one, either chilling or challenging Smite. So you don't need jungler items to gain chilling or challenging Smite. That's pretty interesting. Chilling is basically a slow, and challenging Smite is a debuff. Yeah, Ignite's range is now longer than the auto attack range. There is a new extra bar that displays the passive state like Ezreal, Twisted Fate, Mastery, Ziggs, and etc. So most of the champion skills have a significant buff in their cooldown. I will not go through everything, so you can take a look over here. So we all know that the map will be mirrored. No matter if you're the blue team or the red team, you're always going to be facing upward. He went through Baron lane and Dragon lane indicators as well. So the both outer lane turrets position has just been adjusted. They also removed the bush near the entrance of the Dragon River. So this is very interesting. We have the actual timings of the Dragon spawns, which is at 4 minutes. Rift Herald is also spawning at 4 minutes. Minion spawns 12 seconds after the match has begun. Baron spawns at 10 minutes. So this means Rift Herald can be only taken once. The entire jungle camps, including the buff, spawns 32 seconds after the match has begun. So all three buffs, blue, red and Baron, have new icons that appear under the champion. Upon slaying Baron or getting the Herald Eye, empowers the recall, which now takes 4 seconds to get back to base. We have some Drake changes as well. Instead of collecting 4 Drake souls to gain the enhanced buff, now every Drake soul grants the final enhanced buff. Mountain Drake's enhanced buff grants 5% AD or AP shield if not in combat, instead of the percentage magic resist and percentage armor. So both teams on the map have unique textures that is different, and they removed the wall near Crux Champ and made it attached to the bush. They also removed the wall that faces the wolf camp as well. Turrets are slightly moved forward. Scryer's Bloom replaced with Blast Cone near the river entrance. So there are some changes to the Honey Fruit. The positions in the rivers are changed slightly. Honey Fruit now drops 3 instead of 5 fruits. When you collect the fruit, it gains a slight heal to your champion. Also, there are 24 places that you can plant your wards. Champions can basically hold up to 2 wards. To activate, you have to stand for 2 seconds. Your wards recharges every 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. Wards plants have expiration time after getting activated. So they are allowing us to detect enemies' ward by using an item to activate. Summoner's Rift is smaller and completely built from ground up. Okay, they removed inhibitors and 2 Nexus turrets, we know that. Destroying inner turret will cause super minions to deploy. Nexus now shoot turret lasers, higher attack speed and damage. So the first turret is 2.5k HP, mid turret is 3k HP, inner turret is 3.5 and the Nexus is 4k. This is very interesting as well. I don't know if the Nexus would regenerate health, but we shall see. So once the first turret of every 3 lanes is down, it spawns a honey fruit. So as you can see here in the map, there is a green dot which indicates the honey fruit. So items can be purchased at base only. Yep, beginner boots gold cost increased from 300 to 500. All intermediate boots cost adjusted to 1000. Beginner and intermediate boots now have an activation. It grants bonus movement speed for a duration of 3 seconds. This is very unique. I think this is similar to Vainglory, where you can activate your boots to gain a movement speed bonus. Intermediate boots have their usual passive percentage movement speed and the attribute. You can also enchant your intermediate boots with one of the following enchantments: Alacrity, Captain, Distortion, Furor, Home Guard. So each one of those is your main boots. Intermediate boots can be combined with active items, but boots are always there with their passives. Active items include your teleportation, Zonias, Protobelt, and etc. Plus some other active items from old events in the PC League. So we can see here that there are 10 advanced boots that you can combine into. This is very unique and interesting. Active items don't have their usual passive. Players can hold one item. So there's a rework for the item Blade of the Ruin King. So the activatable is now changed to a passive. Performing 3 attacks of abilities against an enemy champion will trigger the effect. Remove items include trinkets, jungler items, starter items, potions, and consumables. Some of the deleted items before are returning as well: Brawler's Glove, Spectral Cutlass, Devourer, and more. So this is very eye-opening. They removed jungler items completely. I really don't like the Mobile Legends meta where there is no jungle role at all. They also adjusted some item prices as well. Some of the active items are now turned into unique passives. However, there are jungler boots, so this is very confusing. Duskblade passive rework, a unique passive Night Stalker is removed as well. It got replaced with Arcane Sweeper. So this is basically your item to find the enemy wards. So I think this item is mainly for junglers. If they roam around, they can scout for enemy wards. Yeah, so Arcane Sweeper's passive Hunter's Sight replaced with Duskblade's passive Night Stalker. Although Hunter's Sight is reworked, it is no longer an active, but the active is combined with passive. The Hunter's Sight has a cooldown of 120 seconds to gain it after the item is purchased and after dying. I don't know what that means, but okay. More items rework are still unknown. Csing. Last hit minions would be more easy than PC League, as when the HP bar of the minions become white, it means that the next basic attack will last hit. I really like this mechanic. Basically, it's a visual representation of when the minion will die. This makes it easier for you to get last hits. Every second you get 4 gold automatically. Every 5 seconds you get some extra XP. So minions gold is increased the longer you play. Missing a last hit will still grant you gold, but only a quarter of it. This is extremely important button for a farm. However, I don't know if you will have shared gold as well. So for example, if you last hit with your ADC, I don't know if the support champion will get the 1/4 gold or some portion of the gold. Other game features: the game is powered by Unity, recall duration changed from 8 to 6, and power recall duration is 4 seconds. Skill shots now have a unique feature, useful for high ping players and lag issues. The indicator keeps its direction for the time the skill is undercasting until it gets casted in the right way. Skill shots also have a fixed direction, which locks into the target even if it's moving, within the time the skill is undercasting duration. You're able to drag the auto attack button for accurate targeting. We've seen the leaks before where you're allowed to target a specific champion or a minion. 2 extra buttons near the auto attack button, which automatically changes based on the environment. So for example, you see the turret button changes to fruits, the minion button changes to jungle creeps. New animation display on your screen when you get stunned, rooted, and etc. Auto attack button design also changes with champion type. Like fighter, you have a sword; mage, you have an orb. So I think what this represents is that melee is you have a sword, for arrows is for ADC, for mages you have a orb. Wild Rift still feels like PC League, but the resources and elements are all reworked and keeping the core of original League gameplay and battle thrill. Pre-casting system for more comfortable controlling, which you basically can cast the ability before it's CD. I think champion skills with low cooldowns can benefit from this. You have champion lock feature as well. It allows you to lock into an enemy champion. Some extra features as well, such as strong enemies coming near you will get their icons revealed in your screen. So this is basically a locking feature where a champion is revealed in your proximity. You can lock your skills and basic attacks to the champions only. So whatever skills that you cast or auto attack, it will always be on that target that you lock. Baron Nashor's buff change, icon and buff appearance changes. It now shows 3 orbs around your champion, just like red and blue buffs. I've covered that already. So when you're in the base, a shopping icon also appears right next to your HP bar. The game will also get new champions that doesn't exist in the PC League. So we have some general in-game settings info as well. High frame rate on or off increases your frames per second cap up to 60 frames. Wow, I really wish for future updates to include 120 frames per second. You have phones right now that has 90 frames per second, 120 frames per second, and the next iPhone will also have the ProMotion, which includes 120 frames per second. This allows you to have a slight competitive edge. We have practice tool. You can use this to test your combos, your item builds. Basically, you can do everything over here. So that's the end of the video. I hope you learned something new about Wild Rift, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Finally something new.